Just look at the size of this case. It's huge! Huge! Okay, the guitar's not in there. Any of you keen viewers who've watched the last couple of videos have probably seen that sitting in the background. Yep, there she is. It's now her turn. She's been waiting in line for her turn. Anyway, I gotta get into the case. Pretty neat case, by the way. I really like it. Gibson makes some nice cases, I have to say. They feel premium. Alright, so yeah, I need that. I need that stuff. Because that guitar there has some fret problems. Some fret problems. Yeah, it has... This guitar is cool, but it's unplayable right now. It's unplayable, and I've already had it out. I've been marking the frets. You can see here. Now, what's weird is my friend is complaining of buzzing in the top few frets, so then he raised up the bridge quite a lot, which even for him, he said the action is crazy. Anyway, I've lowered the action to what I've lowered the action to what Gibson specifies, so I could see where the problems are. Because then it becomes obvious. So, just because this is easier to see, and I actually still use this one that I made so long ago. I just made these with calipers. But anyway, you'll see there that that's just about 5/64. I brought that down to 3/64. It could even be touch higher. It could be around between 3 and 4, but that's kind of where I like it. So this nut action is just about the same. Well, I haven't touched this. This is just as it came from the factory. And then if we take a little poke, under, so 12 sneaks in there, doesn't touch. This felt high to me. 13 sneaks in there, doesn't touch. Let's see if we can sneak 14 in there. Oh boy. 14 sneaks in there. 16, 18. We're all the way at 18. Oh, 18 now, starting to touch. This is curved up like this way too much to the tune of 18th thou. Alright, so these tuners are pretty neat, so they're probably worth a quick mention. The idea, actually, is that on the back, here, you loosen off these tuners. So we'll loosen them off. Anyway, so there we go. So we'll take all the tension off them. Take all tension off these strings. How does this shell work? Oh, you gotta take them all the way right out. Oh, I see. Huh. Interesting. I've never used these before, so forgive me. I'm learning as I show you. That's kind of neat. So they come all the way up, and then you release them from the top. And that releases a little ball bearing. Neat. Let me see if I can show you that. Everybody, forgive shaky cam here if it happens, but I can't really find a good place to put this on the tripod, so let's see if I can just do this one-handed so you can get a look in there. So that just releases it, and out she comes. And that's pretty neat, eh? So we'll do one more here without seeing if I can mess up the shot. There we go. And then she comes. And that's what they look like inside. There's just a little probably ball on the end of that. Pretty neat tuners. Weird. This neck is reading. This neck is reading that it's bowed back. Now, see? There's daylight under those 2 frets. And if you put the notched straight edge on there, it shows exactly the same result. Daylight. See? Fuck it. This thing's going back together. I could fix it, but this should be fixed under warranty. This guitar is brand new. It shouldn't have these sorts of problems. This is the worst. This is the worst Gibson I think I've seen. Alright, so this guitar is going back and I'm stringing it up, but this is kind of neat how this works. So it doesn't actually turn the string at all. This is how this tuner works. You just pull it through. A bit cumbersome if you ask me, but anyway. Pull it through, tighten it up. So this is the locking mechanism. And it doesn't actually spin it, it sucks it in. So tension comes from plunging the string down, not around. Which is kind of neat. Anyway, just thought I'd show that. But yeah, this guitar is definitely, I'm going to string it up at least and check the neck again. But yeah, this should go back. This should go back at least for a store setup to see what they think of it. Okay, there you go. You can see it. If we look at the frets, same thing. There we go, finally. The shot. You see? So that's just barely scratching 18, which means this needs to be tightened up. But if you pull the strings off it, she flaps back like a flounder. Is it supposed to act like that? I don't know. Alright, here's the truth, guys. If this wasn't a brand new guitar just out of the store, like literally off the shelf just a couple of weeks ago, I would attempt to fix it. So reality is probably nothing bad is going to happen if I put just a pinch, if I take the neck just a pinch back in the other direction. Probably nothing bad is going to happen. But probably. And so that for me as an amateur is where I draw the line. You know, like if this guitar was well out of warranty and a few years old, I might try to do something to it. And like I said, probably nothing bad will happen. But it's brand new, and if something really bad did happen, it would be such a shame that we could have just taken it back to the store and said, hey, you guys try to work this out. So whether it gets dealt with under warranty, but that, like, I don't think that's right. So it's buzzing, it has a bunch of uneven frets. If you take the strings off it, the neck bends too far back. When you put the strings on it, currently the way it's set up, then it pulls too much relief. I have never seen a Gibson neck act like that. Normally, and granted, I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't seen so many that I've seen them all. Normally, what I've experienced on Gibson necks is they straighten out, like if they're in good shape, like if they're the way they normally are, the way I've seen like dozens of them. Take the strings off, set of 10s, the neck straightens out. Put a set of 10s on, it almost pulls the perfect amount of relief into the neck almost every time. Unless something's wrong one way or the other. But that's been my experience with most good Gibson necks. This one is not behaving like any Gibson neck I've ever had, so I'm not going to mess with it.